Hi, this is the third of 4 videos to introduce you to the PicoW, that is to remind you how to set up and use your PicoW. This video tests whether you've tested that the Blink program works on your Pico, that the Blink program works on your Pico. So in doing that, we're going to see how to run a program on the Pico. If you already know how to run programs on the Pico and you're confident that your Pico runs fine, then skip this video and move to the next one. Meanwhile here, for those that are watching, let's see here. I'm going to plug in my Pico first. So I'm doing that now. And I should see that over there where I look at files, that CircuitPy shows up. If CircuitPy doesn't show up, but RPI1, RPI2 or something like that shows up, look back to the previous video for how you can get CircuitPy back. But be cautious about putting CircuitPy back, since that may wipe out your files. You want to make sure that they're backed up on your PC. And I'll remind you that you do not press the white button while you're plugging in your Pico. That will get rid of your existing CircuitPy and put you back to bootloader mode to put CircuitPy back on. So you do not hold down that white button while you're plugging in your Pico. Let's see. So there's CircuitPy, and we're going to use the Mu editor to run. So I'm going to crank up Mu. So here's the Mu editor. If you don't have the Mu editor, that was video 1. And let's see here. Let's just take a look at what we have. Mode, we want to make sure that our mode is in CircuitPython. It'll stay there if you don't change it. New makes a new file. Load is like open. It just opens a file. Save saves. Serial shows you what we might call the console or the run window in Python. And then the others do things that you might sort of expect. Check and tidy or handy. I'll leave you for those. So we want to load up a program. To do that, we first have to find the program. And so I'm going to do that by going off to Moodle. And so here's our Moodle. And then I'm going to go to session 11, like we've gone to on previous videos. And down here, I'm going to go off to the Mechatronics workshop, like we've done on previous videos. Here, I'm going to go to the installing and running CircuitPython on a Raspberry Pi. That's the main thing. And I'm going to see this nice document that Professor McCormick created. And it has examples here of running things. Now, I'm going to go to the example section, and it has several examples. One of the files is a copy of the Blink program. So I'm going to do that one here first. You can get it in other places too. So I'm going to go off to this folder. And in that folder, I'm going to look for the code blink .py. It's called code_blink rather than code. You'll see why. So I'm going to grab that file. I'm going to just click on it to open it. I'm going to copy and paste that code. So here's that code. Well, having a little trouble with my copy and paste today. There we are. So copy and pasting the code and going back to the Mu editor, and I'm going to make a new file, and I'm going to paste my code there. I already have a new file I see there. Here's the one that's open. It's red to indicate I've just changed it. I'll close the other one just so it's not there. And then I'm going to save that file. And that will ask me what I want to save it as. And I'm going to call it Code Blink, not Blink, not code, but Code Blink. And I need to make sure that it's on the CircuitPy. That's critical. It lets you put it other places, but you must run code that is on the Pico if you're running the Pico. So it just makes certain that you're on the CircuitPy where you're saving or loading files. So I'll save that there. The little red dot went away to indicate I saved. Now I want to load up a file. And I'm going to load the built-in file code.py. Code.py is probably already on your thing there. Now, mine has nothing in it. Yours might have other stuff in it. Code.py is the file that's going to run. When you run the Pico, it always runs code.py. So you should always make a copy of your code, name something else, code blink, then copy that code, put it in code.py. So code.py is your temporary place to run things. It's just for running things. You can then save that, and the little red dot is going to go away. And that actually causes it to run, though you can't really see it there. So my Pico is now blinking. It's now running this program. Briefly, the program imports some libraries, sets the LED to the LED that's on the board, sets its direction to be output, has a loop that goes forever, sets the LED to on, sleeps or just pauses with it on for half a second, sets the LED to be off, sleeps for half a second, and so forth. Let's modify this briefly just to sort of see that things are happening. Let's first put and you should do this right along with me, a print of, this is just Python here, CircuitPython to be precise, but Python augmented for circuits. And I'm putting in the traditional hello world. And then if I bring up my serial here, so I clicked on serial up here, and run now. So what I run is I just save the file. See, it's turned red because I've made changes. I just save it, and it runs, and it prints hello world. And now it's in that loop blinking away. If I want to stop the run, I press Control-C. That was Control-C to interrupt it. Control-C. It says press any key to enter the REPL. That's if you want to put in commands one at a time. You'll never want to do that. So instead, you'll be using Control-D to reload. When you try Control-D, I'm pressing it now. If it's got a bad character there, it doesn't work right. We're in the REPL somehow. So I just backspaced over that bad character and did a Control-D, and now it just ran. And it's still running. It's in that loop showing the things. Let's make another change. Let's put hello world. Let's say, let's put something else in. Let's print goodbye, cruel world, inside the loop. So inside the loop, it's going to do that. So every second or so, it's going to print that. Let's see if that happens when I save. And my thing runs, it's printing goodbye, cruel world in the loop, just like you'd expect. If for some reason the serial goes away, you get it back by just clicking there. Again, Control-C to stop the program running, Control-D to run it. When you do Control-D, you sometimes, depending upon the state, have to backspace over any bad characters there and then do your Control-D. So Control-D to run, Control-C to stop. If you have questions about that, just ask. Again, notice that we're running code.py. Now, having done that, having made some changes, I might want to take that and put it into code.blink so that I've got my saved version. I'll save that file. Code.blink doesn't run. It's just code.py that's running. And then I could take this file. Here's my CircuitPy files. See, there's code and code.blink. And I could take code.blink and save it somewhere. I'll just save it into my home directory here. Well, can I get it there? No. I'll save it just in an arbitrary. I'll save it on my desktop. Here we go. So now it's backed up on my desktop here. I can't run it from my desktop. Don't think that. But I can go off to CircuitPy and run code.py from there, and I still have my code there as well. So that's your general procedure: is you put things into code to run them. Let's see, I'm over here, so that's not where I want to be. You put things into code and run them using mu, and you then, when you're done with a session, you back up your code into a file that you put on your PC. That concludes this video.